Und Frau Schindler-Kowatz ist jetzt auch dabei? Also wir müssen in die Kameras gucken, ja? Welche, die rechte oder die linke, oder ist egal? Achso. Are we ready? Are we ready?
Fast ready. Es gab gerade im Internet
Habe ich gesehen.
aber sie sind gleich ready.
Okay.
Kannst
Kannst
du
ist online? Ja. Frau Schindler-Kowatz auch?
ja,
Okay, gut. Und welche Kamera ist jetzt für uns beide? Oder kannst du da nochmal schnell fragen, in welche wir gucken sollen? Oder?
Also er macht das dann. Aber dann. Um das noch zu schaffen. Und habt aber habt es auch geschafft. Wäre ja schön, wenn wir mal starten könnten, ne? So, Roy, can we start?
Global age, talk about German foreign policy, climate change, anything you want. I hope that this is not transmitted into the globe. I hope that we're not connected. Everybody who hears me now, please don't take me seriously, it's just a sound check. Are we finished with the sound check or should I keep talking? I shouldn't speak at all.
So we are 6 minutes late.
The only thing I hope is that nobody's watching me now. I mean...
Nein, sonst würdest du dich ja sehen, glaube ich.
Can you give us some time we can start? Are we talking about hours or minutes or seconds? In 6 what?
Not in 6 minutes, hopefully.
We're starting in what? Oh, I see the clock running down. Okay. Good.
Can we cut it down a little bit? Also es dauert jetzt echt 5 Minuten.
Gehe ich von aus. So, dann kann ich meine Spannung im Bauch gar nicht anhalten. Obwohl vielleicht ist,
brauchst du ja jetzt
vielleicht,
auch nicht.
vielleicht
Du
ist es
kannst
gut,
ja
wenn
jetzt
ich das mache.
Eigentlich ist das gut. Also meine Pilateslehrerin sagt immer, aber es ist halt blöd für die Sprecher, weil die jetzt so blöd warten, gell?
Ja, aber ich hoffe, should I say similarly nonsensical terms, words for a sound check? Is my sound okay? I don't have to raise my voice.
And mine too?
Zu wem kann ich sprechen? So we start. A warm welcome to all of you who are watching the second Falling Walls Lab in Rwanda. My name is Rainer Schmidt. I'm representing the German Academic Exchange Service in Rwanda, and I'm here as a professor for political science at the College of Arts and Social Science in Huye at the University of Rwanda. I will guide you through the event. We sit in a nice location, actually. We sit in the Digital Transformation Center in the center of Kigali. Unfortunately, we cannot have a face-to-face event, which is a chance for all of you who want to watch from far away, maybe even some watch our YouTube channel or through Facebook. COVID regulations didn't make it possible that we have a face-to-face event, but as we all learned, there are also opportunities linked to it and not only problems. But this means, of course, that we have no audience here in the room, but we have the online connections to all of you who are listening. Let me briefly say what is happening today. and present the program just in brief sketches. We will hear welcoming addresses from the organizing institutions of the Goethe Institute, of the DAD, the German Academic Exchange Service, the German Embassy, and the University of Rwanda. And then will come, of course, the core of the event. We will hear 10 presentations of young academics that prepared a slide presentation with 3 slides. It's a very ambitious, very competitive mode in which they present their ideas. They did research on their topic and present problems, challenges. Maybe you can even talk about walls. That's the image, the symbol the organizers used. And they will try to break these walls by presenting solutions. Everything in a very short and very competitive manner. They will be scored after that by a jury. After the presentations, we will lead some interviews that will be interrupted by short videos. That's the time the jury needs to determine the winners and come up with a ranking of the candidates. In the end, you will have an award ceremony in about 1.5 hours. In 90 minutes, we will already know who won the competition. And I'm proud that I can present that the winner will fly to Berlin. This wasn't clear to start with. At the beginning, when we presented and did the call and presented the call, it wasn't clear whether it will be also an online event. But now we know it will be a face-to-face event and the winner can fly to Berlin. So we jump right to the first point, which means the presentation of the speakers of today, the welcoming speakers and the jury. And I would like to invite Gabriele Bertelmann, the head of cultural affairs of our embassy, of our German embassy here in Kigali, to take the word.
A warm welcome from my side too. My name is Gabriele Bertelmann, as Rainer said, and I'm the head of the cultural affairs of the embassy of the Federal Republic of Germany. And I have the pleasure to introduce our honorary guests to you today. Let us start with Renate Charlotte Lehner, the Deputy Head of Mission of the Embassy of the Federal Republic of Germany. You have the floor, Renate.
Hello, good afternoon. In preparation of this event, today my son asked me, so Mom, why is the fall of the wall in Berlin in 1989 so important for us? So a good question, I thought. And the answer for a German and European is quite simple. It marked a new era for us. Physical and imaginary barriers were torn down, overcoming the West and East conflict and divisions of mindsets. This is where the Falling Walls Conference also got its inspiration from, and was founded in 2007, the Falling Wall Lab. The next question that we have to ourselves today here in Rwanda is which are the next walls to fall in science and society for the benefit of mankind, because of you, the participants. Each of us struggles with major and minor problems almost every day. Problems are initially nothing more than contradictory situations. Whether they become a problem depends on us, other people involved, and our environment. Depending on how we access and assess our possibilities to solve a problem, we'll actually perceive it as a big one or a small one. When we encounter a problem, we immediately think in terms of solutions. For example, if we want to make a pair of glasses scratch resistant, we hire lenses. Making them softer and thus giving them maybe a self-moving property is the atypical solution. To see this, it is important not to jump to the first solution that comes along just because of what we did in the past. In Germany, there's a saying, "Das haben wir immer schon so gemacht." Literally translated, but this is how we've always done it, as if this would justify everything. The result? Innovative ideas are rejected and fade away. COVID-19 has hopefully changed our mindsets for better, because we believe and let innovation spread its wings, it will make the world a better place, not just in health. Efficient, pragmatic and curious, trailblazers and visionaries like you, present right now with us, are the quiet heroes of the modern age. Whether it's a question of the great challenges facing humanity, such as mobility, resources, and climate change, without you, the solution-oriented ladies and gentlemen today, we would stick to the accustomed cycles and not reach any breakthrough. All of you share the same passion, the passion for innovation, for making the walls fall with your breakthrough ideas. This is what Falling Walls Lab is all about. Bringing together a diverse and interdisciplinary pool of students, researchers, and early career professionals by providing a stage for breakthrough ideas both globally and locally. The Embassy is so pleased to organize again another Falling Walls Lab in cooperation with the German Academic Exchange Service. This time, for the first time ever, as you can see, in a virtual format. You all have one thing in common, the inner conviction that you want to change the world. True innovations are often based on solutions to problems that previously seemed impossible to solve. I was so impressed by the ideas that you handed in and will present to us today. My gratitude goes also to our jurors today, the directors of the German institutions of the Goethe Institute in Kigali, the GIZ, the Westerwelle Foundation, the representatives of the University of Rwanda, and the civil society. Thank you so much for joining. It is so good to have you with us today. I'm convinced it will not be an easy task. And let me tell you, as you might know, Falling Labs is organized by the Falling Walls Foundation and founded by the German Federal Ministry of Education and Research, the Berlin Senate, Google, yes, you're hearing right, Google and UI. It is supported by the Federal Foreign Office of Germany, which is my ministry, and the German Academic Exchange Service. So a big thank you to all of them. In particular, also to Dr. Schmidt, who you just heard a minute ago, and my colleagues, the Embassy team, for organizing this great event today for you. I know our 10 participants are excited to compete and find out who will be the winner and qualify for the global final in Berlin on 8th November in Germany. The winner will be able to travel to Germany and compete to become maybe the breakthrough winner in the Emergent Talents category of Falling Walls, taking home the title and the prize money, and receiving, of course, the opportunity to pitch her or his idea once again on the grand stage of the Falling Walls Conference. This is not a boring conference. It's a platform to interact and network with the world's movers and shakers of science, business, and policy making. This special conference hosts leading experts, change makers, and luminaries, including Nobel laureates and Leibniz Prize winners. Wishing you all good luck to win the multi-stay in Germany in Berlin, meeting the other 99 finalists, having a coaching session and a networking dinner, participating in expert workshops on a broad range of topics such as career development, entrepreneurial skills, and academic publishing, and events, of course, hosted by the prestigious German research organization, just as the DFG. So, let's see. Let's see which are the next walls to fall in science and society because of you, because of the innovative minds of Rwanda. I thank you.
Importance of new ideas and concepts. Now it is my pleasure to welcome Beate Schindler-Kovacs, the Director of the Regional Office for Africa of the German Academic Exchange Service, DAAD, in Nairobi, Kenya. We are very happy that she joins us virtually here in Kigali and will us give more information about DAAD in Africa.
Yes, thank you very much for this introduction, and I'm very happy to join you from Nairobi. Ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues from the German Embassy, from the Goethe Institute, and from the University of Rwanda, and dear participants, on behalf of DAAD, I warmly welcome you to the second Falling Walls Lab in Rwanda. It's really a pleasure to meet you at least virtually, today. So we heard already, on November 9, 1989, the Berlin Wall came down. This changed Germany and the world. The night of the 9th of November has become a symbol of changing status quos and overcoming divisions of all kinds. Drawing inspiration from this historic moment, the Falling Walls Conference is driven by the desire to find out which are the next walls to fall in science and society. Today, once again, walls need to be overcome. The Falling Wall Conference is about just that, solving global challenges through smart research and innovative ideas. And that can be only done together. Falling Walls emphasize this approach to openness to the world, exchange, encounter, networking, and scientific excellence. Scientific excellence across geographically and interdisciplinary borders is of outstanding importance. 3 minutes to change the world. Falling Walls Lab is a unique competition that provides young researchers and entrepreneurs a platform to present their research project, business plan, or social initiative. The challenge is to present this in just 3 minutes. In Rwanda, this is a second lab, organized by my colleague, Dr. Rainer Schmidt, lecturer at University of Rwanda, in cooperation with the German Embassy, the Goethe Institute, and the University of Rwanda. The first lab in Rwanda was last year in June. No, it was 2 years ago, I'm sorry. It was in June 2019 with more than 80 applications. This year, there were, I think, due to the COVID situation, unfortunately, only 16 applications, and 10 were selected from different areas for today's presentation. So you are the lucky one to present your idea today at Falling Walls Lab in Rwanda. Dear participants and young scientists will have the opportunity to present your approaches and discoveries that have the potential to change the world. Falling Walls Lab is organized by the Falling Walls Foundation and funded by the German Federal Ministry of Education, the Berlin Senate, Google, and Huawei. The German Academic Exchange Service has been an academic partner of the Falling Walls Foundation since 2012 and has been conducting international Falling Walls Labs in its worldwide network of more than 70 offices abroad in about 40 countries as round for the final in Berlin since 2016. The worldwide labs of the German Academic Exchange Service are financially supported by the German Federal Foreign Office, thanks to this. So the DRD thus supports the goals of the foreign cultural and educational policy, national science policy, and also development cooperation. So the DAAD is an organization of German universities and their student bodies for internationalization and the academic system. It creates access to the best study and research opportunities for students, researchers, and teachers by awarding scholarships. And it promotes transnational cooperation and partnerships between universities, and with this, it supports internationalization of universities. So I would like to share, I hope it will work, a few slides. Maybe you can give me a sign whether it is visible. Yeah, fine. Good. That is DRD in East Africa. And we have our regional office here in Nairobi. It's a long-standing office since 1973 we have here a regional office providing information about all range of academic programs. You see the landscape. That is, of course, Kenya, based in Nairobi, but also Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda, Tanzania, and South Sudan, and as well Ethiopia belongs to our regional office. We have this regional office, we have an information point in Addis Ababa, and a network of lecturers, and one of them in Rwanda with Dr. Schmidt. So you find more information, of course, via the social media. Our webpage is, as well as the Facebook, is there for having updated information on study and research opportunities in Germany. We have now online visiting hour due to the COVID situation, and you can also meet and join our web seminars. There are weekly web seminars about all topics you could know if you would like to study or research in Germany. So our portfolio is really a huge one. The idea, of course, is a scholarship organization. We provide scholarship to Germany, Germans coming with scholarship by the DAD to Eastern Africa. We provide also scholarship within Africa with the so-called in-country, in-region program, which means that you can also study with DAD scholarship as a Rwandan in Kenya and vice versa. So that is a program we offer every year, and a lot of scholarship are available totally in sub-Saharan. There are almost 1,000 scholarships for this in-country, in-region program. We have a new program, so-called Leadership for Africa. You can have a master program in Germany. That is a program also with the target group of refugees interested to have a legal migration to Germany. And a lot of other programs you see here, and you can find them on our website. What we are also offering are university partnership programs, and Rwanda is, of course, already in cooperation with German universities, and a lot of programs are running also under this funding opportunities. A lot of efforts are also done with capacity building and training. We have wonderful programs, so-called DIAS, which is Dialogue for International Management, University Management programs, and also deans and administrative staff from university can apply for this capacity building and trainings. And last but not least, I know that there are also some alumni today among us. Alumni are also our very important partners, and we can offer a lot of opportunities to alumni to apply for re-invitation, to do conferences and apply for alumni special projects. So all this is available in our region, and I really can encourage you to make effort on this, because there are a lot of opportunities. So all information, and I think this is a very, very important link, you can find on the DAD scholarship database, Funding-Guide. There is really a wonderful database. You can say, I'm from Rwanda looking for a scholarship in Germany. I'm from engineering, and then you can research the opportunities. And it's not only DAD funding you can find on this database, but also from other foundation and organization. So I checked, for example, for Rwanda, there are almost 70 opportunities to find funding for research and study in Germany. So with this, I would like to go back to the Falling Walls Lab, and would like to express my gratitude to the organizers of the Falling Walls Lab in Rwanda. First of all, Dr. Rainer Schmidt and the colleagues from the German Embassy, Mrs. Berdelmann, I know you also were involved, University of Rwanda, and also the Alumni Association and Goethe Institute. Thank you very much that you all made it possible due to the special circumstances that this lab can take place today. And we have now the participants to thank for your courage and also wish you good luck and success and good nerves for the presentation. Thank you for this and have a good afternoon.
German Academic Service, sorry, DAAD, the German Academic Exchange Service activities here in Africa. That was amazing, thank you. We are very glad to welcome now the representative of the University of Rwanda, Dr. Annemarie Kakwesage. She is the director of the Center of Language Enhancement of the University of Rwanda and also a member of our jury today. May I invite you to address the audience, Dr. Annemarie? I think you have
Thank
to...
you very much. Yeah, I did it. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Good afternoon. Allow me to convey the warm greetings from the University of Rwanda that I'm representing today. If I start with a brief summary, a brief facts about the University of Rwanda, just for those who don't know or who are not used to the University of Rwanda. The University of Rwanda is the only public institution, higher learning institution in Rwanda, and it was funded in 2013, and it was a merger of different higher learning institutions that prevailed before. And currently, we have 6 colleges. As of 2020, we had 26,000 students. And if we count also the graduates from the former institutions, the University of Rwanda has now graduated around 49,500 graduates that are already out there. This is really a big number compared to our history in the university and also in the country at large. And for the moment, the University of Rwanda has got a vision to contribute to the, not only to the country's development, but also to the global development as we aspire to train and graduate global citizens. The University of Rwanda aspires to produce highly enterprising and innovative graduates who will contribute to solve societal problems and to contribute to social transformation as envisioned in the country's vision and commitments, and also in the regional and global commitments. We believe that in our daily practices, through teaching, research, and society engagement, we contribute in training and graduating future innovative and transformative, but also at a global scale. And in this regard, the University of Rwanda commends and supports any efforts that is geared towards addressing and finding solutions to societal problems in an innovative way. In today's event, the Falling Walls Lab, I think it falls within the context of finding societal solutions to prevailing problems in an innovative way. And it's also a way of preparing our students to solve the problems in the societies they live, which falls within the commitments of the University of Rwanda. With this pledged support and commitment, I would also like to express gratitude and to thank the existing partnership between the University of Rwanda and other institutions. Today, I would name the DAAD, the German Embassy, the GIZ, the Goethe Institute, who worked together for this Falling Walls Lab event for the second year now. And I also commend them, the University of and the partnering institutions, for supporting the youth as future transformers, and also supporting them to get used to competitions. I believe that, and it's also the belief of the University of Rwanda, that together we stand strong and we are ready to support the new generation that will contribute to developing our country and even the world at large in the future. I also take this opportunity to thank the participants who have taken part in the Falling Walls Lab for this year, and we hope that the skills they gained will support them in their future endeavors towards contributing to development of the country and the society at large. We pledge support for such initiatives, and as always, we encourage our students and graduates to mind finding solutions to existing problems in the society we live in. I thank you all, and I welcome everyone to the to today's event, the Falling Walls event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Annemarie, for your greeting words and the comprehensive information on the University of Rwanda. And now, last but not least, on the list of our honorary guests today is Katharina Hey, the director of the Goethe Institute in Kigali, who is also a member of our jury. Katharina, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much for the introduction, and also thank you very much for the invitation. I'm very pleased to represent the Goethe Institute Kigali as a cooperation partner for the Falling Walls Lab in Rwanda this year, and as it was mentioned, the second year. It is always a pleasure to cooperate with the DAD, the German Embassy, and the University of Rwanda. Dear participants, I'm very much looking forward to discover your ideas. As you might know, the Goethe Institute aims to foster artistic exchange between Germans and, in our case, Rwandans and beyond, and aims to support development in the cultural and creative economy. And creativity, as it is said, is the new money, and it is time, especially in Africa, to reap its benefits. The Falling Walls Lab serves as a compass for creativity that will bring us solutions for problems in Rwanda and beyond, and will be able to generate jobs through those ideas that you find and the solutions you present us. We are very much looking forward, also especially as a jury member, to learn about your ideas, to open up our minds through the ideas that have an impact and that serve to build solutions for today and for tomorrow. I'm very pleased because just yesterday we were together with the European Union in a different event where the hashtag was pronounced "No Development Without Youth." And I think today we see in a second step, in another step, how you as participants and the representatives of the youth, of the future leaders, are showing us solutions for problems that you encountered. So without further ado, I wish you all good luck for the pitches of your ideas in the competition, and to the winner then who will be able to travel to Germany. And I'm very much looking forward to discover your ideas to make walls fall. Thank you very much and good luck.
Before we start now our contest, I would like to welcome our jury members. As mentioned before, we have Dr. Annemarie Kakwesage, Director of the Center of Language Enhancement of the University of Rwanda, and Katharina Hay, Director of the Goethe Institute in Kigali, in our jury today. They will be joined by Alice Nhulikiinka, Director of Business Professionals Network, Dr. Antoine Karangwa, Dean of the School of Agriculture and Food Science, Ulrich Berdelmann, Acting Country Director of GIZ, and Guillaume Niagatare, Acting Principal of the College of Agriculture, Animal Sciences and Veterinary Medicine, University of Rwanda, who will join us later due to other commitments. A warm welcome to you all and thank you for participating. I pass now the word back to Rainer.
Yes. Before we hear the presentations, just a few words for those who are not familiar with the format. The 9th of November was various times mentioned as the date that this refers to, the falling of the wall. And the Falling Walls Foundation picked up this symbol. And therefore the presentations you will hear all begin with the breaking of walls, and they use this term and the symbol. And so following the historical event, the question is, which are the following walls, which are the next walls to fall? So young researchers identified a problem, a wall, challenges, obstacles. They present a solution in 3 minutes based on their research. Most of them are students of the University of Rwanda. And they have 3 minutes to do that. And they do that in a competitive manner, which is a very challenging format. And Gabriele Berdelmann already presented the jury. Their role, the role of the jury, is to give grades, scores, for those who present their ideas. And they will judge 3 categories. The first is the innovation, the breakthrough. So how can we break through the walls? Did we hear something that really breaks a wall, that is innovative? The second is the impact or the importance of a project. So is it in a field that really needs urgently new insights, that is of significance, that is relevant, in other words? And the last score will go to the communication skills, to the structure. So can we follow the presentation? Is it well structured? Is it well communicated? And the first 2 pillars, the first 2 scores are more important, the breakthrough factor and the impact, but there will be also a 10% score on communication skills and structure. So the 10 candidates you hear now, they all applied in the recent weeks and were selected. And since this is a competition, all of them are already winners. They will also receive a certificate of participation. But as it is a competitive a pattern and a competitive format, more important are of course the winners. And it was also already mentioned by Renate Lehner from the German Embassy that the winner will go to Germany and will have a plane ticket in his or her hands in just a few weeks. So those are my introductory words to the presentations. I need a sign from the technical team whether we can start with the first presentation. Is this the case? Can we have the first presenter? On my list, we have a female presenter. It's Mignon Umeregwa. I hope she can hear me. She handed in a presentation called Breaking the Wall of Poor Psychological Functioning in Stunted Infants. So she takes interest in supporting the development of malnourished children. Mignon, can you hear me? Do we have her on the line?
Yes, please. I can hear you well.
Wonderful, Mignon. So I guess you checked everything with the technical team so that you can actually start whenever you see fit.
Yes, I'm ready.
You're ready. Great. Mignon, you're welcome. We are really anxious to hear your presentation and to see your project. So,
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, thank you so much for this precious opportunity. As you mentioned, my name is Mignon Umudirwa. I'm from Rwanda, and I'm a University of Rwanda student from the College of Medicine and Health Sciences. My topic is breaking the wall of poor psychological functioning in stunted infants. As COVID-19 pandemic continues to threaten health and food security systems around the world, child stunting remains to be the biggest challenge in sub-Saharan Africa and in the biggest public health
Should I
threat.
interrupt her? Sorry,
Globally,
Mignon.
numbers of stunted
I don't know
children-
whether you can she hear me? Mignon, can you hear me? I'm sorry to disturb you, but we have some technical problems,
Yes,
obviously.
I'm hearing you well.
I'm sorry. We have some technical problems that unfortunately
Yes.
makes it necessary that you wait just a few seconds and then start again because there was some malfunctioning of the technical side and we want to give everybody the same chance. I'm sorry. We will give you a sign in a few seconds that you can start. Sorry for that.
Yes, thank you. It's fine.
Ja, nein, ja, das müssen die Techniker machen. Okay, can you share your screen so that we see your presentation?
Yes, please.
Because when you started to speak, we only had you and we didn't have your presentation. Sorry. So we couldn't see your slides. But if you help us and let the technical team share the screen.
Can you please see my screen?
Well, I need a sign from the technical team whether this is... I see your presentation now, yes. She needs to do full screen of the presentation. Can you maneuver to full screen of your presentation? That obviously helps the technical team. So just increase the presentation to full screen. Is that possible?
Yes, please.
Now I don't see anything. Now I don't see anything anymore. Ist das Internet wieder runter? Ja, ja. Sie hatten gesagt, dass Sie das als Default Position machen, als Not, aber das hätte halt von dem technischen Team kommuniziert werden müssen, diese Fragen. But I need some feedback from the technical team. Should I instruct the students better? Because we cannot have 5 minutes before the presentation starts. Is it something I need to communicate? What can I do? Or Roy? Yes, but before it didn't work, independent of the internet cut, because they were not instructed. No. So, are the presenters instructed what to do? Splitting their screen or whatever, or sharing their screen? So you instructed them. Should I say something?
You say so again.
I say
everyone present your presentation, share your screen to present.
Okay.
And we will give you a go ahead if we see you are okay, right?
My okay? No.
We'll give him a go ahead.
So you give a signal to the person who presents.
At 11, that they should go on, right their camera, present.
Okay.
Not us running their presentation, but in case the internet goes down on their side, we have a backup.
So we can start again, obviously. Are we back in our connection with Mignon? Mignon, you can hear me? So I see that more and more are reconnecting. I see your name, Mignon. Can you hear me also? Can we communicate? I see that you're on mute. Can you unmute? Yes, that
Hello,
sounds.
can you please see my screen?
I see your screen. I need a sign from the technical.
Yes, you can. Yes.
So obviously, I'm very, very sorry,
So,
Mignon, for
can
this
I,
disturbance.
Can I
But
start my presentation?
yes, you can restart your presentation. And thanks for your patience. And sorry for the breakdown of
It's
our
fine.
communication.
It's readable.
Now I can go on with my presentation.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Now you can start.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. And I really apologize. I had network problems.
Oh,
My topic
Mignon,
is breaking
so-
the wall of poor psychological
Mignon, sorry
functioning
again. We don't
in
see your
stunted infants.
we don't see your video. Do you think you can turn on your
As
video?
COVID-19 pandemic continues to threaten global health and food security systems, child stunting remains the biggest challenge in sub-Saharan Africa and the most public health burden in Rwanda. global statistics show that stunted children under 5 years are about 149 million, and in that, more than one-third are found in sub-Saharan Africa. 38.3% are found in Rwanda, as the National Institute of Statistics of Rwanda reports. The picture you see aside there shows a baby boy.
Oh, das wäre lieb,
He is
ja.
already stunted, but is experiencing poor psychological functioning, mental health problems, but which is secondary to the stage of chronic malnutrition, which is stunting. Rwanda has tried to launch a multi-sectoral program to reduce the problem of stunting by implementing better maternal impact and child nutrition, as the picture shows, empowering
Gabi,
nutrition, but
würdest du
still,
die Techniker fragen, ob wir eine kurze
29.1%
Pause
of
machen sollen
stunted
mit einem
infants
Video?
show low levels of psychological and
Das kann nicht
cognitive
jedes Mal.
functioning because they did not receive brain stimulation in their first 5 years of life. Can you believe me if I say that we can tackle this and break the wall of poor psychological functioning in stunted infants? There is a very big association between brain stimulation and reduction of brain fluttering syndrome, which is an indicator of stunting. Researchers have shown that brain stimulation can increase child psychological capacity by 48%, as this article has reported in 2007. The brain of a baby, of an infant, in first 5 years of life, can be provoked by direct methods, especially by using more distinctive features between a child and the parent. You see the picture side there, show how you can use simple household utensils at home, age-appropriate toys, blog puzzles, family stories, outdoor activities, songs and paintings to provoke and stimulate brain of children, and this enhance them to have rich psychological functioning, although they are stunted. So, therefore, my research project proposal will help me to determine the level of knowledge, attitudes of parents towards this therapy of brain stimulation of stunted infants, so that, as stunting is an irreversible syndrome, when a child is already stunted, he's stunted. But we can do something for these babies, infants, children under 5 years old, to help them to have well psychological functioning by helping them into psychosocial stimulation. And by this research proposal will help me to, it will be my main key to develop proper intervention that will help parents to have adequate knowledge in this brain stimulation therapy, and hence tackle this problem of poor psychological functioning in stunted infants. Thank you so much. Allow me to acquire questions.
Thank you very much, Mignon. Do we have questions from
Any questions,
the
please?
Can we have questions from the jury? Whoever has a question, since I'm not connected to the screen right now, whoever has a question from the jury, just start talking.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Yes, please.
So just to understand, your proposal is to educate the parents on the possibilities of training the children, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it is about helping parents, because this can be tackled by this featuring between child and a parent, to help parents to get engaged with this brain stimulation, to help children in their first 5 years old, so that they can prevent poor psychological functioning in these infants who are already stunted. I hope it's clear.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mignon. Thank you, and sorry again for the disturbance.
Can I also pose one question?
Okay, we can have
Yes,
one more
please.
question, and then
Yes,
do they hear me?
What do you think we should put while educating parents?
I think nobody hears me.
Can you give some samples of what kind of topics be in the content of education package of the parents?
Yes, thank you.
Otherwise,
I
on
really
which topics you should focus the education of the parents?
Yes, thank you. By health, providing health education to the parents. By here, I'm focusing to the parents who have children who are stunted. By here, I will address the education by educating parents how to stimulate the brain of children in the first 5 years so as to prevent mental health problems and other poor psychological functioning in the stunted infants. It will be the main topic, brain stimulation in stunted infants.
Okay.
By teaching them simple techniques, how they can use
Okay.
age-appropriate toys and simple household utensils to elevate the psychological functioning of stunted infants. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mino. Thank you for your words. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the explanations. To allow equal opportunity for all, we need to limit also the time for questions. So thank you, Mino, and thanks for your participation. When the second candidate is preparing, Jean Confident, I would like to remind all who are now in the slope that all of you need to share the screen, and please also turn on audio and video so that we have you on the screen. So can I remind all of you?
We can't hear anything.
So the technical team needs to... Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so sorry, I need to repeat that, obviously. Jean Confident will be the next, but I address all of those who are waiting for the next presentations. Please remind the advice of the technical team that you have to share the screen, and please turn on audio and video so that we can see you also. And ideally we have a split screen on which the presentation is visible and also your face. Jean Confident, do you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Wonderful. Now it works. I can see you and I can see your picture, and I see the second slide. Can you go to the first? Yes, that's the slide we need to start with. We need the first slide with the title. Can we have the first slide with the title, please? Yes, that's what we need. And ideally, I also see the clock, but we are working on it. So, Jean Confident, thank you for applying, and the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. My name is Nizugyo Jean Confident René. I run Augmented Future Limited, an augmented reality startup that makes learning content engaging. We started in April last year. So the problem we have identified that 40 million of students at both primary and secondary schools in Eastern Africa are consuming and engaging and learning content.
I don't see the clock.
It's not only in East Africa, it's a global problem, but we are starting focusing on in Eastern Africa. Let's go the way we learned, we ourselves. We want in a traditional learning systems where they told you heartbeat, but where is the heart in the book? They told you broken encryption, but it's only drawings in the book. You don't get the real experience how it happens. So what we do, we add augmented reality over textbooks, a book like this, a flashcard, things. Imagine having a mathematics book like this. You are reading a strong equation that you don't understand, and you take a mobile app, you scan the book, and you get more understanding of it. So what we do, we have developed an augmented reality application that brings to life books and textbooks and flashcards. What we do, we are currently focusing on mathematics, English, and science as STEM subjects from primary schools. We develop content for every unit in the Rwanda's competence-based curriculum. We develop flashcards and animations for it so that once a student is running from home or at the school can use our app and scan the book and get more content through animations. We also developed a board game that students can play using those flashcards, and upon playing the board game, there are those flashcards that they scan using our app to watch animations, and those animations are not only entertaining, but also they teach. What is the consequences when you consume an engaging learning content? It results in inequality education, and the result of inequality education, there are many negative consequences, which gives us unemployment, weak leaders who doesn't take strong decisions that impacts the world, and they are not able to rely on the data so that they can solve the real life problems. We are also partnering with publishers so that we can bring to life their books. As you know, if you take a book, your kid will read it 4 to 5 days, then 4 to 5 days, then you keep it forever. So what we do, we release animations every month so that every month there is anything the kids can get over the book that you have bought. Currently, we have partnered with one publisher, Imagine Me, but we are also continuing to bring on board other publishers so that we can digitize their works and students continue to consume forever. We have to develop content for 250 chapters being taught in mathematics, science, and English. We also have to focus on the natural language, local languages, Kinyarwanda here in Rwanda, Swahili in Kenya, and other countries we continue scaling in.
Yes. Jean Confident, yes. Thank you very much. You can have a final sentence, one final sentence to conclude, because the time is over.
Yeah, in summary, what we are doing is to add augmented data over the books and flashcards to make them engaging so that students can get quality education, which is fun-filled and which more attracts them. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now we have the floor open for the questions. There was also interest out of the wider audience to address questions. This is unfortunately not possible. We can only allow questions from the jury. So therefore, again, is there a question from the jury to Jean Confident?
Yes. Jean Confident, hello.
Alice, I think. Alice has a question, if I see it correctly.
Yes, Jean Confident, thank you very much for your presentation, and also thank you to all the young people present here. It's always a pleasure to see young people trying to tackle such huge challenges that we have in the world. My question to you, Jean Confident, I did not understand exactly whether you're talking about school books or fun books. Thank you.
Yes. Our motto, we are not replacing the schools. We provide supplementary materials that the student can use either at home and at school. But we are not focusing on the funny books. But this is the one publisher that we are currently working with. But in the negotiations, we are also working with Rongon publishers. We are bringing on board them very soon, and they do science books, either stories books. But on our product, we are also working on mathematics, science, and English, the real content that the students consume at the school. We are not only focusing on funny books.
Okay. Thank you, Jean Confident. Thank you for the clarification. Thanks for the questions. And I already see Gabriel Ekman on the screen. He would be the next to present. His topic is the youth the youth workforce, and to prepare them better for their future. So, Gabriel, the floor is open. I should remember, you should unmute your microphone, and I see your video, so that obviously works. I see the wrong photo, but that doesn't matter. I want to have Gabriel and the slides. Perfect. And Gabriel, the Mike muted. I see your video, so please go ahead.
So you can hear me, yeah?
Yes.
Yes, I hear you. Yes, you can carry on. Just start.
Hear you.
Okay, thank you very much for inviting me. My name is Gabriel. I'm the managing director and co-founder of BAG Innovation here in Rwanda. We are breaking the wall of the unprepared youth workforce. Me and my Rwandan co-founder, Yusuf, has started this 2019 with BAG Innovation. We're tackling the challenge that more than 70% of the graduates coming out of university system are unemployed the first year after graduation. We've seen that the university curriculum are outdated and do not match the modern employer skills need. We've seen that the students lack the skills and experience to enter the job market effectively, which in return leads to businesses struggling with long and expensive entry-level onboarding processes. We believe that this is mainly due to the lack of balance between practice and theory within the university degree for the university students. So what is our solution? BAG stands for Building a Generation. BAG is a digital platform that applies gamification to offer experience-based learning for university students all over East Africa. Our solution analyzes the employer skills need, creates 5-minute assessments on each technical and soft skill need that the employer has, and then lets the student access these on a weekly basis. The user engagement is around 5 minutes per week per student, and if the student uses this platform at least 1 year before they graduate, we can increase their market readiness score with more than 60%. We're using gamification as a tool to attract the students to use the platform. That means that the students can achieve experience points, upgrade in levels, and have a fun time while working with a career development and applying practice straight into the curriculum of the course that they're going through. Just 2 months ago, we got selected as the best education innovation in Africa by the Africa Union. And we are almost already working with 8% of the students in Rwanda. Our model is simple. We charge a subscription model to universities and which to onboard all our curriculum and content with the classroom course of the university students. We charge businesses a subscription model to onboard and source entry-level talents much more effectively with a much shorter entry-level employee training time. And we are also offering this platform for students completely for free, where there's a freemium model where they can access all these challenges and assessments and the career tools that we offer. BAG is trying to disrupt the traditional approach to how students acquire experience throughout the university degree in relation to both the internship and their university studies. And we're super excited to be presenting here, and I'm happy to take any questions. Thank you very much.
Right.
Keeping the time. So, do we have questions from the jury? We are happy to receive questions. Anyone?
Yeah, I would have a question. Thank you, Gabriel. How do you identify the skills needed of the students that you train with BAG?
All our assessments are directly linked to an employer's profile. So each assessment is linked to working with a specific task or assessment given by an employer. So if it's an electrical engineering company on the platform, they will have different engineering challenges, different scenarios that a traditional entry-level employee would be going through as assessments for the students. So it's all linked to the employer. We upload the employers looking at, we interview them and ask them about their technical skills need, their soft skills need, the traditional scenarios that an entry-level employee go through, and try to simulate that as much as possible on our platform, which is also can be dissected into what we call a virtual internship. But in a not in the traditional sense of a 3-month internship, by dissecting it with 5 minutes of work per week for the student. So it's in collaboration with the employers in East Africa.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Gabriel. Thanks for your presentation. Thanks for your answers to the question. And yeah, we're looking forward to the next presentation of Jean-Marie Vianney. Are you hearing me? Jean-Marie? Jean-Marie is, we are changing the topic dramatically because now it's about banana fertility, no longer education. And I can also encourage Jean-Marie, as all members, please share your screen, unmute your mic, and let us see your face by activating the video. I don't see you, Jean-Marie. Do you hear me? Jean-Marie does not hear me. So we need a short break, obviously. Is it a connection problem? I need some information from the technical team. Is it possible, Jean-Marie, that you have to unmute? Can you unmute your mic and activate your video, please? I see your mic, Jean-Marie. Your mic is okay. Now it's unmuted. Perfect. I hear you. Plus, and please share the screen, and we would like to see your video as well, audio, video, and screen.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Jean-Marie does not hear me.
I'm hearing you.
So we need a short break, obviously. That's the sound from 5 minutes ago. I hear myself. Jean-Marie. Okay. Here I see the first slide, which is not interesting. We want to see the second slide. Can you give us the second slide, Jean-Marie? Then we see your name and your topic. Jean-Marie, do you hear me? Jean-Marie does not talk to me. Are you still muted, Jean-Marie? Can you check with your computer? Nobody can hear you. I cannot hear you. That goes in the right direction. Jean-Marie.
Thanks so much.
Okay. Before you start, can you please switch to the next slide?
Yes.
Because this is a default slide. So we would like to have the first actual real slide on the screen, where we see the title and your name. This goes in the wrong direction. I had the slides on the screen, and now I see.
Oui.
Jean-Marie, do you hear me?
Here I see the first.
Elysée, can you turn that off, because the sound from 5 minutes ago comes. What I said 5 minutes ago comes through the microphone. That's irritating. Marie. Here comes the. Yet again, we would have like to start with a second.
Yes, I'm hearing.
Oh, perfect. Jean-Marie. Okay, can you turn off YouTube, please? And obviously this causes some technical problems. Please turn off YouTube, unmute your mic, and then we see your video. We still need your video. That goes in the right direction. Almost. But if the connection is not strong enough, we might have a photo of Jean-Marie. Is that the case? A kind of a still. Sometimes the connection is not good enough. This seems to be the case here. So maybe we try it without the video and just the audio. What does the technical team say? Because there seems to be a weak connection. Can I get some feedback from the technical team? There's a weak connection, obviously, on the other side. So we might want to try it without the video and have a still. Jean-Marie, if you hear me, just go ahead and start. Jean-Marie? That's... I see you, Jean-Marie, but I don't hear you. Yeah, Jean-Marie, maybe you turn off your video. Probably the connection is not strong enough. So we have a still photo, which is fine, but please unmute your mic and then you can start your presentation. I see that
Okay,
your mic...
Karina,
Okay.
please.
Jean-Marie?
Please, please. I could maybe suggest we take the next presenter so that Jean-Marie gets ready with his presentation and connection.
Okay, I hear from the technical team that we jump to the next presentation. That is on my list is Markus.
Yes.
Dushimira.
I'm here.
Dushimirimana.
Yeah,
perfect.
I'm here.
Markus, thank you for being so flexible. We had some technical issues with your predecessor, so can you also share your screen? I see you, but I don't see your presentation.
Yeah, even me before I have the problem of connection, but I am using the telephone. So
yeah, do you hear me?
Let me try to see how can.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
So well. Can you share the screen, please? Yeah. Obviously, you don't share the screen. So, but we have presentation here, so we presentation, and if you see the slide.
I mean, you are seeing my screen.
I think you can start, if I understand correctly. You can start.
Are you seeing my screen?
Yeah, we see your screen. Go ahead.
Yeah. Guten Tag, ich bin okay. And ich heiße Dushimirimana Markus. Yeah, my name is Markus Dushimirimana. I did electronics engineering at the University of Rwanda. In 2019, with my colleagues, we started a tech startup company called the Joint Electronics Lab that solves society need using embedded system technology. Yeah, for the fall of Berlin, I was not yet born. I don't have more information about this. But in my childhood, I dreamed for becoming an electronics engineering, and my dream came true. So the challenge that my project is addressing, the first one is disputes between tenants and landlords due to power consumed not measured according to their home's capacity, simply because they share one energy meter or cash power and no specific records for each homes. For example, one neighborhood landlord, while going to bed, blows electricity for tenants to control the power consumption. The second challenge is high cost for additional energy meters as alternative solution, but it costs more budget and time. The third challenge is no power consumption data for helping you to make make financial decision or getting rates why it goes off. I mean, you are seeing so many energy meter storing in one block, so those can cause the electric shock. So my project break the wall of electric power mismanagement. So why I work on this project during my university studies, we always had a conflict with our landlord due to power consumption. We must pay 10,000 Rwandan francs or $10 per month, the same amount as the tenant who had a family of 3 children. The same problems applies to tenants who rent my father's house. So, as young innovators and entrepreneurs, we take social problem as solution to take on and provide solution. We have developed an embedded system with a software application that can solve problems facing the already in place nudge methods. Our system, we serve 3 users at the same time as an extension to an already existing nudge methods. What are the benefits from of my initiative or my project? Every user will get daily data of his channel through the shared meter mobile app and display. Using our system, there will be no need to remove the existing parameter. It will work with the shared meter and will be affordable compared to the existing one. And it will facilitate power regulators to get their data so that they can promote safe, efficient distribution of energy. So at this, I'm happy for the stage we are now. We have developed a full working prototype. We have tested 5 different homes. They appreciate the idea. And I remember starting this project, no one believed that Rwandan could develop a hardware product from scratch. We thought it was for the US and Chinese, but right now we did it. And I mean, you are seeing the picture of that prototype in this slide. Thank you very much.
I saw a hand of Antoine. Before you start with the questions, can I ask a question? Did the jury see? Did the jury see the slides of the presentation?
I'm very sorry. I forgot to lower my hand.
Oh, okay. So you could. Can you give me a brief feedback from the jury? Did you see the slides?
Yeah.
I've seen the last slide.
You saw the slides of Marcus' presentation?
Yeah.
The next slide.
No, just the introductory slide.
Yeah.
Because in case this is not the case, to have equal opportunities for all candidates, we would send you the sets of slides of Marcus to your emails.
Sorry.
We have seen it now, I think.
Guys, you have to turn that off. I cannot hear myself all the time. That doesn't work. Come on. So, yes. So, are there any questions to Marcus? Do we have any questions from the jury to Marcus?
Thank you, Marcus. Quick question. So the client for this system, is it the landlord or the tenant who want to make sure that they pay the right amount?
Marcus, did you have a question? I think this question needs to be unanswered. Maybe Marcus is already out of the line. We had some repeating technical problems with Marcus and his line. Sorry for that. We will have to go to the next one. Sorry, Alice, your question is well posed but needs to be unanswered. Sorry. So,
it's okay. Maybe the jury can answer me later on.
Yes, maybe you can check that among yourselves. Sorry. Jean-Marie, I see your mic is muted. Can you unmute your mic, please? If I see it correctly, we come back to Jean-Marie. Is Jean-Marie Vianney? Neon Senja. So we put him in the end, okay? He will be the last then? Okay. Good. So on my list, then we have Vainqueur.
Hello. Hello?
Yeah, Jean-Marie, I'm sorry, but we just moved you. We just moved you to the end because we have permanent technical problems. We want to carry on with Vainqueur, Ineza Habyarimana, and he's from the University of Rwanda and has a medical topic. So, please, Vainqueur, do you hear me?
Yes, of course, I'm listening to that.
Of course, is well stated. After the day we had some problems. So if you see fit, please start with your presentation.
Yeah, thank you. I'm by the names of Vainqueur Ineza Habyarimana. I'm a current medical student at the University of Rwanda. So I'm here by presenting my solution regarding to the breaking wall of the stroke burden in low resources setting. So as a So as a recap, when you talk about the stroke, I'm talking about more than 6 million people who die every year. This is about 11% of the people who are suffered from the stroke, they die. This is the second leading causes of death worldwide. So the stroke, it is also taking 13 million people every year who get infected by the stroke. So this is according to the global burden of the disease. Since it has been established in 1919, it was the second leading, and nowadays it is the second leading causes of death. So, as an estimate, it is estimated that 1 among 4 people is being affected with this stroke in their lifetime above the 25 years of age of old. So here it is becoming the alarming since the medicine is improving nowadays. So what is actually really stroke? This is the emergence that happen when there is a limited blood supply to the brain. The brain is the part that is coordinating all activities of your body. Okay. So the brain is the part that is coordinating activities of the body. If there is the shortage of the blood, it is in danger. So someone get paralyzed or get the challenges that we'll be seeing. So if I'm talking stroke burden in the low resource setting, I'm talking about the real accessibility to the immediate care that is faced by low resource setting. Low resource setting are where there is low medical equipment, infrastructures, including MRI and CT scans that are used to diagnose the stroke that can be handled. So can you wonder who are at risk of being affected by the stroke? So everyone is at risk. From the research, it was shown that 60% of the people 60% of the people who suffered from the stroke, they are below 70 years, which is below life expectancy of many nations. So can we, in low resource setting, that's what we are breaking as our solution. So our solution, the secret for breaking the walls of the stroke relies on the secret throughout how the stroke affects the people. There is stroke in ischemic or hemorrhagic. The difference differs in the management of the stroke, because when you manage the ischemic, it is when there is the blockage of the blood, and then hemorrhagic is when there is a bleeding. So they are contradicted in the management. So we need to establish the way to route those ambiguity in low resource setting. So from the recent study, we have been established the research under the social under the research, which include reducing risk factors and those also the challenges. So here we are tackling educate the community and the nearby person to rapidly respond, and then help system in action to generate to improve the resilience. So here we are talking about the case scenario. Imagine person in health centers to reach to the tertiary health facilities to receive immediate care. It will require a long time. So that's what we are tackling. We are providing the education for driving awareness and the early referral, improving the holistic care, and also data validation in the tertiary care. This all incentives are assembled to improve and to reduce the duration from the community up to the tertiary care. So thank you. If there is any question, it can be allowed. Thank you.
Have questions to the presentation? I see Ulrich. I see Ulrich Bertmann. Can you unmute, Ulrich? Yes.
Hello. Yeah, I do. Thank you. Thank you, Vainqueur, for this interesting presentation. I have one question. With which hospitals did you work already, and how many patients did you have to conduct your current, let's say, experience to have it? Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't get that well. Maybe it's my connection.
I was asking with which hospitals or how many patients did you work already to come to the conclusion how your device or how your procedure could work?
Okay, so my solution has come as when we are medical students, we are traveling in the crack ship where we travel to see the patient, how they are in the challenges related to the accessibility of the care. So this solution have come in my mind when I was traveling doing the rotation in the hospital, and I see the burden the people when we receive the patient, and then because they didn't receive immediate care, he came after 3 weeks, and then we are sorry to tell the caretaker of the patient that we are sorry, if it was early we could have done something, but and then that's when I go to realize what is the challenges handling people from accessing the immediate care. So that's when I just try to analyze how our health system in low resource setting is structured in the referral system, so that I can improve. I can that's I can say this solution is the community inspired due to the experience I have been with.
Thank you, Vancouver, for your presentation, and also thank you for the question and answer. So the next would be then Yvonne Muraza. Can you split the screen, unmute, and show us the video? And then we can continue with Yvonne. I don't see Yvonne. I see a slide. But this is not Yvonne's presentation. Sorry, this is not Yvonne's presentation I see on the screen. Yvonne talks about breaking the wall of world hunger and malnutrition. I suggest that we see Jean-Marie Vianney as the last one in the end, and not the next. Is Yvonne hearing me? Jean-Marie, you have to stop sharing your screen. It obviously causes technical problems. Due to the technical problems, sorry Jean-Marie, but we put you on last so that we have a bit more time to prepare and handle the technical problems. So sorry Jean-Marie, and you obviously have to stop sharing your screen. It interferes with the presentations. So, okay, now we continue with Renova. Is Renova in the line? I see Renova, but I see his mic is muted. Can you unmute your mic? Share your screen.
Hello, thank you.
Oh, we have a bad connection, but we'll try our best.
Thank you for giving me time to present.
Just a second before you start. We need to. Just a second. We need your screen. We need to see your slides. Can you share your screen?
Okay. Let me.
Okay, Renova, obviously you have YouTube running, which is understandable, but you have to turn that off, please. It causes interferences and technical problems. So please turn off YouTube if you hear me. And share your screen. Renovat, now we lost you. Renovat.
May I share my mind? Yes, I'm hearing you. But
Renovat, can you talk to me? Do you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, can you turn off YouTube? Can you turn off YouTube, please? You obviously have YouTube still running. Is that possible?
Okay.
We have a bad connection here with Renovat. Renovat, can you answer? Can you talk to me? But we let him talk now, or okay. Since we have problems to also present the presentation, we will present the presentation also to the jury. Can you talk and we see whether we can understand you? Sorry, makes no sense. We have to go to the next candidate. Sorry, but we cannot hear Renovat. Sorry, Renovat. We try it later again. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Thanks for your understanding. We come back to you later, Renovat. Okay. So we try the next one. Chrissy Carrera. Is Chrissy in the line? I feel a bit like a radio moderator who has a open mic session. So Chrissy, can you hear me? Chrissy, did you unmute your mic?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
That is great. Can we also see you? I don't see you. And can you split your screen?
Okay.
That goes in the right direction.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Can you share? Sorry, I made a mistake. Can you share your screen? I'm sorry. Can you share your screen?
Yes.
That looks
I shared my screen.
That looks fantastic. And it looks as if you could start. Chrissy, thanks for applying, and go ahead.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chrissy Carrera, and I'm a university student at the University of Rwanda. And today, I'm breaking the wall of plastic pollution, mainly focusing on face masks. So my problem, the problem that I tried to break through was the problem that have arisen due to the COVID-19 pandemic that was caused because we are using many face masks. So like nowadays, millions of people, they are told to use single face masks and throw them away after usage, and those face masks, they do not degrade naturally, and they are designed to be destroyed at a very high temperature, or maybe when they are thrown away in the environment, they can burden the environment, and also they take so long to decompose. So for me, my project idea has tried to look for a sustainable solution where those face masks littering the environment, instead of throwing them away, we must like look for other ways we can recycle them. And one of the products that I have tried to look up to look up to like to find something to produce from those face masks was the bricks for construction. So the implementation of that idea is mainly about a recycling system for plastic face mask, and this will include the collection of those face masks, cleaning them. This means disinfecting them using the ultraviolet machine, and also shredding them, and after shredding them, mixing them with the sand by using an extruder machine. And after, we can press those bricks and also compress them to get a well-shaped brick. And also this is a solution to the market because it will be bringing a low-cost construction product which is more stronger than the concrete material we usually used. As this, like here is the picture showing the bricks that I have tried to make at home, and with that prototype I've also been able to get a test lab which shows that the bricks were more stronger than the usual one we used. So this will help the community because I'll be working with the youth in collecting those face masks, and also it will be helping the country as well because we will be protecting the environment and to keep it sustainable, and also to look for a circular economy than staying in a linear economy where some used product we can look up to ways to find other product to from those used products. And also the uniqueness of this product is that the plastic is fibrous in nature. This means the bricks end
Chrissy,
up
I'm sorry,
having
but your
a
time is
stronger
over.
compression.
Does she hear me?
Okay.
Chrissy, I'm sorry, you have one last
Yeah.
sentence and then you have to finish. One last sentence.
Thank you. I'm done with the presentation.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Chrissy. We need questions from the jury. I'm sorry for all the delay we produced and the technical problems, but we are all learning here. It's learning by doing, technically, personally, individually, on all levels. Are there questions to Chrissy? Oh, Chrissy, can you stop sharing the screen? Thank you.
Okay.
Any questions? I don't see any questions.
Okay, thank you. I have just one question.
Antoine,
thank you, Chrissy,
yes.
for your yes. Okay, thank you very much, and thank you, dear Chrissy, for your good presentation. But for me, I'm worrying about as you did not try to characterize or to quantify what about the mass pollution victims. What do you think about that? What are the first victims of the face mask pollution?
The victim of the face mask pollution or the plastic in general is the human. Like if we are living in a polluted environment, we will be facing some health diseases, and also we will be like decreasing the environmental, like the environment help us, like we live in an environment. So if we don't sustain that environment, the environment affect all aspect of life. So we are the ones who will be facing those those issues caused by the pollution of the environment, but also because they take so long to decompose. That means also the environment will be littering.
Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for answering the question. The next on my list will be Silvestre. Silvestre, please, if you have YouTube turned on, please turn it off. Share your screen, unmute, and turn the video on. Those are the four things we need you. All of you who are in the line and still presenting need to do these four things. Turn off the YouTube channel if you're following the event. Turn off the YouTube channel, unmute, turn the video on, and share the screen.
Hello, everyone.
Silvestre, do you hear me? Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to see if I can find the document in the device.
So, did you respect all the four things? Did you turn off YouTube?
Yes, I don't have YouTube. I didn't turn on the YouTube.
Okay. Okay. So
I'm trying to find the document. Can the technical team help me in sharing the document?
okay, the technical team will upload your file, and as soon as we see the first slide, we give you a sign and you can start.
Thank you.
Okay, I get a sign that you can start. That looks good. Silvestre, it's your time.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Silvestre Nsengimana. I am the founder of Umut Arts. It is a performing arts structure which deal with mental health. My topic is about breaking the wall of mental health crisis. Next slide, please.
Das gemutet ist hier während.
Next slide. Yes. According to the World Health Organization, mental health is a state of well-being in which every individual realizes his or her own contribution to her or his country. After 1994 Tutsi genocide in Rwanda, the emergence to educate and establish mental health services were identified. Research shows that more than 29% of the general population have been found with the post-traumatic stress disorder. So today, the situation is awful due to the current COVID-19. People experience depression, anxiety, the alcohol and drug use disorders. So mental health is declining, and labor for the community is disappearing, as we see that they contribute to the community. And this is a problem to the humanity. Next slide for the solution. Next slide, please.
Can you turn the slide? Next slide. Yes.
Yes. To respond to this problem, I found Umut Arts. So I used my own personal experience for past mental health crises like anxiety, lack of self-confidence, and all traumatic activities, and of people as well around me to create a platform where we can share life stories. Stories are the best therapy to overcome the crisis. According to the experience I had last time, I found that art can be a good therapy. Art is about hope, and we hope to bring like drama therapy, and this is what my research will be about, to go deeply into the research to understand how art can be used in the mental health, because mental health today is important, and I hope that this particular form can help everyone, because most people do face mental health case, and art is the approach one. Next slide, which is question. And
Next
thank you.
slide,
This is
please.
my presentation.
Okay, thank you very much, Silvestre, for your presentation. Do we have questions from the jury? If there are questions, just go ahead. I don't see your hands raised. Questions, just
a quick one, Sylvester. I understand you want to use art and poetry and so on. So how should that work exactly? So how will you share those poems? Who will write the poems, and how are you going to share them?
Thank you so much for a wonderful question. We already do this. We just work with different artists, and we give them, even they are not acting only as artists, they are also the human beings. They share their own personal stories, and so we believe that if we share stories, personal stories, we can experience from that, and having like evening sessions where people can share life stories. We're using digital platform because nowadays most of activities are shifting online, and we believe that using those techniques we can bring different stories together with different art platforms. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Sylvestre. Thank you for your presentation. And if I see it correctly, we have Jean-Marie Vianney now as the next. Hopefully we overcame the technical problems. We need 4 things that you do. If you are on YouTube, please turn it off. Share your screen, unmute, and let us see you. Video on, audio on, YouTube off, and share your screen. It's the 4, what is it? The 4 thing rule. It's the 4 things rule for presentations at the Falling Walls. But I don't hear Jean-Marie. Jean-Marie, are you? Jean-Marie?
Hello. Yes.
Okay.
Behind you.
Jean-Marie, okay. We want to see your video as well. And we share the presentation. So you just say next. So the presentation will be from our side and you say next. And as soon as we see the first slide with your topic, if I remember correctly, it's about the infertility of bananas. So you're from biology, right? So here we see the first slide. Jean-Marie, go ahead. The time is running.
Okay, thanks. My name is Jean-Marie Vianney, the former student from the University of Rwanda in Technology. So my project is about the bleak banana infertility through the bioinoculation. So that the issue that I have analyzed from my research.
Inform us. Tell us things.
Hello?
Oh, we have technical problems. We can hear you, Jean-Marie. Just keep on going. Explain us the bacteria and banana infertility. We are listening.
Okay. About the issue is that they have is the infertility of bananas, which caused by the soil degradation, which want to be fertilized. Though usually we use the chemical fertilizers, but it is very harmful for environment, and this other side, it is expensive. So by my side, I propose to use the bioinoculation where I have isolate the endophytic bacteria, which have the function in the nitrogen fixation, phosphate solubilization, and production of phytochrome in order to use it by means of bioinoculation. So those bacteria must be isolated and cultured in the laboratory, and after they are inoculated in a banana plant to allow them to produce to fertilize them. Thanks.
For questions, and since we have the dean of the School of Fertilizers, sorry, I forgot but we have someone from agriculture in our jury. Maybe he's the born member to ask a question.
Okay, thank you, dear Jean-Marie Vianney, for your good presentation. Even if you have been challenged by your internet connection. However, I would like to be somehow specific from when this problem occurred, the problem of low productivity of banana. You are proposing a relevant solution, less, as you were saying, less expensive. Let us know how farmers could really accept the innovation.
So the farmers can those plants that we have to produce the plants that we have to distribute to the farmers, which they have the capacity to resist to the soil infertility.
Mm-hmm. From the laboratories to farmers, I think there are some other challenges.
But we have to be really a bit fast. I'm sorry, Antoine. I think we had a chance to answer the question. Thanks a lot for the presentation. And we the next presenter, the next candidate, which is Renovat. Renovat, are you in the line? Do you hear us?
Yes, I'm in the line.
Okay, so again, the four things. YouTube channel off if you're connected. Audio and video on, please. Okay, I see. Do you want to share the screen, or do we need to play it? I think the connection is not good enough. I think can we play it here? I'm sorry, Renovat, we cannot hear you. Can you just wait a second and turn your video off? I think that's the only solution you can. And we will play. Yes. Can you talk to me, and so that we see whether the line is stable? Can you say if...
Are you hearing me?
Oh, that's much better now. Okay, so we tried without video, and the screen will be fed with your presentation from here. Renovat, do you have
Hello,
YouTube?
I am. No, I don't have YouTube.
I hear myself. That doesn't work.
If possible, I can start. Yes, thank you. Let me start. I am Renova Mutarambirwa, a fresh graduate at University of Rwanda in Faculty of General Nursing. You can slide to the second slide of the problem. Can you slide to the second? Thank you. Yeah, in the hospital and many communities, nurses and other healthcare providers spend much time for measuring vital signs one by one. They take one vital sign, monitor one, then after they monitor another: blood pressure, glycemia, pulse rate, oxygen saturation, respiratory rate, temperature, and etc. Then this is take much time for documenting each vital sign and many time for taking every vital sign for every patient one by one. This causes problem. This causes work overload for nurses and poor documentation, poor monitoring for patient condition, and malpractice, and screening small number of people for hypertension and diabetes. You know that for screening for diabetes, we monitor blood pressure and the glucose level for, we monitor blood pressure for diabetes, for hypertension, and the blood glucose level for diabetes. This causes a problem. After analyzing this problem, we come up with smart chair patient monitoring system. This is a chair which will use Internet of Medical Things in monitoring vital sign. Patients sit on chair which contain different vital sign interconnected wireless sensor. Then there's a sensor sense or vital sign itself. Patients sit on the chair without nursing who will take a vital sign. Then the sensors which are on this chair sense all vital signs. Then after it sends there's data into linked software which aggregate, record, analyze those data and produce a chart that will show the trend on patient condition. So you see that this solution will play a big role in solving a different problem which are in hospital, because the nurses will not take good on patient for taking all vital sign. The vital sign will be sensed by our smart chairs. Then we'll also produce a chart in its software by using Internet of Medical Things. This will help to prevent malpractice in nurses. It will also reduce time overload for nurses, because the nurse will only see what our smart chair have been monitored in the.
You were
in personal computers. This chair will also help in recording that.
Renovat, your time is over. Sorry. But I think we heard your point, and we also heard your last sentence. Any questions?
Which are in software help big number of people in. Next slide of question.
So Renovat, unfortunately, your last sentences got sucked up in the World Wide Web. So
I would have a question.
Katharina.
Is this chair already working? Like, do you have it? Do you already have it working?
Yeah, till now we have a prototype which measure pulse rate and blood temperature and oxygen saturation. It measures only 3 vital signs. We have a prototype which measures 3 vital signs. It's available.
Okay. Thank you, Renovat, for your presentation. It's Yvonne is not online. Actually, we had number 10. We heard 9 presentations now, and number 10 would have been Yvonne Umoraza, but we obviously have no connection to her. She's not online. And if I don't get a sign from the technical team, we probably have to close this this session here with the last presentation of Renovat. Okay, I think we have to just close the thing. And if Yvonne is not in line, Yvonne hears me, no. You want me to wait 1 second? Should we play a video, something, and give us some time? Okay, I hope that everyone hears me now. We have some technical information now, especially for the jury and the participants. We have the live streaming. What follows are interviews and some videos. We need that time to give the jury the opportunity to evaluate and judge and give scores to the presentations. We know that it was very challenging for all of us here, and it took much longer than we expected. But thank you for the jury. So ideally 2 doors will open. One door for the participants, where Marie-Claire is waiting together with Olivier, so that you have a chance to bond and network. The second door will open for the jury, so that the jury can deliberate the grades, the scores, and talk about the presentations. And ideally we have the live stream on which we are here and can start with the interviews. So what I need is a sign of the technical team that we can continue. Okay, so I can just continue. So what we have is, as I said, as long as the jury needs to deliberate the scores and the grades and do the evaluation, we thought that it would be a great idea to talk to the last year's or last time's winner of the competition. And she sits next to me. She's not. Do I? Okay, that looks better now, because she sits next to me here on the stage, on our little stage in the Digital Transformation Center in Kigali. Iget was the winner of the competition in June 2019. She won with a topic on blockchain technology, and is still in this area, still active in this area of internet and communication security, and is now working for Minacofin, the Rwandan Ministry of Finance and Commerce and Finance, if that's the right order. Welcome, Iget. Thank you for being here. You were in Berlin, and looking back to the event 2019, what do you remember most of the Falling Walls event?
I would say that I made a lot of memories. It was my first time attending such international competitions, and Berlin didn't make it easier for me. There were a lot of interesting projects, especially using these cutting-edge technologies. And I had to network with the people who had attended the finale in Berlin. So discussing with them, understanding the way they're trying to resolve the different challenges of the world using the different technologies was the most, I would say, was the most good time I had with them, because I'm passionate about technology. So when I'm discussing with the people who share the same vision as me, I get really excited. So the most exciting moment for me in Berlin was the networking session with the people we share the same vision and enthusiasm in technology.
Great, great. Do you have lasting connections coming from that moment?
I did, and one of my friends, one I'm still in contact with, she's from Ghana. Her name is Charlotte. And yes.
Hope that she's listening now.
Yes,
you sent her the link?
Yes, I wanted her to.
So greetings to Charlotte. Hope she's listening.
Yes. So she's the person I'm still in contact with since the last time I was in Berlin.
That is great. So what we heard now were presentations of the next generation, the second Falling Walls Lab. Would you have any recommendations to them? What they should have learned or what they can take out of it, out of this experience?
Yes, I believe that because in every competition there has to be someone who has to win. So if all the participants can't have the first prize. So even if you don't get the first prize, know that your project, your research project, is still valid. It's something you can still work on and have it being used by the different people you aimed at the very first time. Because when you're working on something, you're not aiming at winning or trying to get attention. What you are trying to do is to help people. So I would encourage them to keep working on them. And for the person who will win, I encourage them to network and try to know as many people as they can, because you never know who gets to use your product or who gets to fund your project. So that's That's what I would say.
Great. Is there anything that we didn't talk about yet that you would like to add? Anything that comes to your mind that you find important as a message?
I would like to maybe recommend that this doesn't get only limited to the University of Rwanda, though it's the main University of Rwanda, and I would recommend that this event gets advertised or published in the different schools, just to get as many ideas as you can, without limiting or without many people knowing it, because as of now, people get to know the Falling Walls Lab through people from University of Rwanda. So I would recommend that the next time it happens or you plan, you just get it advertised to many schools and institutions and research labs as much as possible.
Yeah, that was a real challenge this time, also to get the message out and the word out that this event is happening. And we had some severe restrictions also through the conditions under which we advertised it. Yeah, thank you, Huguette, for sharing the experience. Thank you for coming, and thank you for waiting since we delayed a lot.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the next, before we hear Katharina Hartwig, I would like to suggest that we have a short video in between. Hello.
Jeden Tag fahre ich von zu Hause zur Uni mit meinem Fahrrad und das ist ganz schnell, umweltfreundlich und spannend auch vor allem. Ich heiße Harish, ich bin aus Indien und lebe hier in München und studiere mathematische Physik.
Ich studiere, weil ich das Gefühl habe, dass man mit Forschung vieles bewirklichen kann und auch dazu beitragen kann, vielleicht die Welt etwas zu verbessern. Mein Name ist Rania Saleh. Ich studiere in Deutschland, in der Stadt Göttingen, mache den Master Mikrobiologie und Biochemie und ich bin hier seit 2 Jahren. 2 Jahren habe ich gesagt, oder?
I'm Michael Veal from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I study Theater Studies at the Free University of Berlin. Berlin ist eigentlich eine der besten Städte in der Welt für Theater. Die Theaterszene hier ist unglaublich.
Die Qualität der Bildung, die man hier bekommt, ist wahnsinnig gut.
Also das Bachelorstudium Biologie, das ist auf Deutsch, aber das Masterstudium ist auf Englisch, damit das halt international sein kann, damit alle möglichen Studierenden von allen möglichen Ländern herkommen können. Und da das Niveau hier in Deutschland sehr hoch ist, bei der Forschung, war es mein Wunschziel, in Deutschland zu studieren.
Ich finde Berlin besonders wirklich international ist. Ich habe so früher gesagt, die Deutschen sind wie ein Brötchen. Also draußen sind sie ein bisschen hart, aber wenn man so reinkommt ins Zentrum, sie sind wirklich weich und lecker und tolle Menschen. Also
Es gibt schon Stereotypes, dass die Deutschen also nicht so ganz offen sind und so weiter. Aber das ist Schmarrn, meiner Meinung nach.
Hier kann man sich frei bewegen, man hat sein Fahrrad, man kann irgendwo hin, wann auch immer man will. Und deshalb ist alles so unkompliziert.
Man kann ganz locker durch die Stadt gehen und sich gemütlich und in Ruhe fühlen. Und das war was ich nicht früher kannte. Hola, mi nombre es Jonathan y yo estudio Nanotecnología en Würzburg, Alemania. Ich denke, dass Deutschland ziemlich sicher ist und das ist ein sehr gutes Gefühl.
Das beste Tipp, wenn man im Ausland wohnt, ist, dass man in eine WG einzieht, weil da lernt man ganz schnell ganz viele Leute kennen.
Ein Männer-WG. Und ja, das ist eigentlich ganz cool.
ich bin Emily, ich komme aus England und ich studiere seit einem Jahr Musikwissenschaft in Berlin. Ich habe mich hier in Berlin beworben, weil die Universitäten in Deutschland eine ganz hohe Qualität haben.
Ich weiß nicht, das ist wie Cambridge für Law oder Juristen.
Wir sind in Uni-Bibliothek Weimar und das ist eigentlich mein Lieblingsort in Deutschland, weil hier so leise ist.
Меня зовут Алла, я из Москвы, я учусь здесь в Баухаус-университете медиа-архитектуру.
Ich könnte es ganz gut vorstellen, dass ich in der Zukunft mal in Deutschland arbeiten würde. Das würde mir sehr gefallen. Ja, ich wollte diese Gelegenheit in Deutschland zu wohnen wirklich ausnutzen, ja, zum Reisen.
Ich war so in Nürnberg, Hamburg.
München ist vielleicht eine der besten Städte in der Welt.
München, Dresden, Chemnitz.
Wo man so einfach Ausflüge machen kann.
Ich muss nach Baden-Württemberg gehen.
Man muss einfach im Zug einsteigen und in einer Stunde ist man schon in den Alpen.
Aber hier, alles ist so klein und alles ist so gemütlich. Es ist kostenlos zu studieren und unser Studienleben ist nicht so teuer hier.
Man kann ziemlich andere Deutsche kennenlernen, die locker sind und die Interessen im Ausland haben oder auf andere Kulturen.
Ja, ich habe so schon ein bisschen in Deutschland gereist.
Am Anfang war mein Deutsch nicht besonders gut und es war immer für mich ein bisschen schwierig zu verstehen. Zum Beispiel, wenn es 10 Leute zusammen in der Mensa sind und quatschen.
Wird ja anders gehalten jetzt als diese, kann man halt öffnen, belüften und muss wieder umbauen.
Der Stoff, wenn man nicht versteht, man kann dem Professor Fragen stellen, die verstehen, wenn man das ganz nicht verstanden hat wegen der Sprache.
Aber nach ein paar Monaten habe ich plötzlich gemerkt, ja, ich verstehe, was los ist.
Also ich bin ja nach Deutschland gekommen, um Deutsch zu sprechen. Also.
Und jetzt ist es ein Ort, wo ich studiere und wo ich habe meine Freunde und ich habe meinen Job hier.
Was ich jetzt machen kann, ist einfach mein Bestes geben und so viel wie möglich lernen. Und deshalb bin ich eigentlich eher flexibel und gucke einfach, was die Zukunft so bringt.
Ich verstehe jetzt, wie es ist, ein Ausländer zu sein, was ganz viele Leute überhaupt nicht verstehen. Und was, so wenn alle Leute sowas erleben würden, würde unsere Welt irgendwie besser sein, glaube ich.
Es gibt viel mehr gemeinsame Sachen, es gibt viel mehr Sachen, die uns verknüpfen, als die Abstand machen.
Ich wollte unbedingt die Welt ein bisschen erleben und ja, Deutschland war gar nicht zu weit dafür.
Und ja, wenn ich wieder in England bin, werde ich dann ein bisschen eine andere Emily sein, als was ich vorher war.
Okay, we are back on the live stream. Thank you all who are watching for your patience. Everything took a bit longer than we expected. And after the first interview with Iget, the winner of the first Falling Walls Lab, I would like to talk to my second guest, to Katharina Hartwig. Thanks for coming, Katharina. Katharina is the project lead of the Star Africa project, a project that is linked with the University of Koblenz in Rhineland-Palatinate in Germany. She has 10 years of working experience in Africa, especially also in East Africa, and she will talk soon about this project, Staff Africa. She qualifies for the work as project lead because she worked in many different countries, as I mentioned, in Africa, also in Europe, and she is specialized and has special competences in communications, corporate social responsibility, and worked for global health and social impact organizations. So thank you for coming. Thank you for being here, Katharina. So would you just start with a brief presentation of what Starfrica is about?
Sure, thank you so much. Yeah, so Starfrica is a project that has a 4-year duration, and the mission of Starfrica is actually to increase the business relations between Germany and Rwanda. So on the one hand, we want to support German companies that are interested in coming to Rwanda, SMEs, but also startups. And at the same time, we want to support Rwandan startups coming to Germany. And then our main project partner is actually the University of Rwanda, the Center for Entrepreneurship there. And also we in Koblenz, as you just mentioned, we have 2 teams, the one at the University of Koblenz, the Center for Entrepreneurship there. And then we have the Center for Entrepreneurship at the University of Rwanda, where I am based. And what we always want to make sure it's not a typical development cooperation project, because it's actually the first time the Ministry of Economic Affairs in Germany is doing that. So our main focus is on startups, innovation and business.
So business is the focus, and you work with the University of Rwanda.
Yes, exactly.
Can you talk about some very specific projects you have in mind, or which maybe already started? Can you name a few and talk about them?
Sure. So actually what keeps me very busy at the moment is the implementation of an incubator. So we call it the first German African incubator based at the University of Rwanda. And what we want to do with this, it's like, so it's a 3-month program. We decided because of the COVID situation to go mainly online. It's kind of a hybrid program, but it's mainly online. And we have a mixture of things. So it's this typical incubator, as you can say. So we will teach entrepreneurship, pitching, also kind of like marketing and design thinking. But at the same time, we always think you can't be a good entrepreneur without being a good project manager. So what we'll also teach at the same time is job readiness skills. So critical thinking, task management, and effective communications. So that will start end of June, and we are very busy in the preparation. And then at the same time, another project is the creation of a digital Starfrica community platform. So it's online, and we have just started. Actually, it's you can find it online. Also, if you go on our website starfrica.de. And what we want to make is we want to create a space for German and Rwandan companies so that they can find each other. People, like individuals, can actually sign up, but also startups, companies, SMEs. And we want to make sure that they find each other. So if there's a German company that has questions about the Rwandan market or also needs partners, they will find each other through that platform. So it's kind of a matching platform for that. And then the last point, what we always want to, and they've mentioned it before, our project is kind of like a bridge. It's a bridge or an exchange between Germany and Rwanda. What we are also organizing is the Startup Exchange Week. So German startups will come to Rwanda, Rwandan startups will come to Germany in exchange weeks. So as you can see, it's a pilot, so we like that idea. It's a pilot project, first time German government is doing that. So we are doing a lot of different things actually, which is very interesting.
It's good.
Yeah.
The first thing you mentioned, if I may ask a question, off the script, the first thing, the incubator, is it still possible to apply for that for Rwandans? Is it kind of an open call now?
Yes.
Or
so we decided, since we also see it like as a pilot incubator, the first round, it's a 3-month program starting end of June, and we start the call for applications next week.
Oh, okay.
But
So
only
it's-
UR students will be allowed to apply for it from the whole UR campuses, because what we've seen also, a lot of things are happening in Kigali, but we've been to the campuses in Nyagatare and Musanze, and we want to include them as well. And that's also why we took the decision to actually make it mainly online. So it's the first time now we are doing this. We will have other incubator rounds where we want to include also other academic institutions in Rwanda, but this first one will have a focus on the UR.
Okay, so in the future, coming from economy and working here with or the Ministry of Economics in Germany and the University of Rwanda, you will in the future also cooperate with other institutions in Rwanda, like businesses, small and medium businesses, stuff like that?
So, and we have been doing this quite a lot already, but as we said, like academic institutions are focused to really find business idea coming out of science. But we've also talked to the IPRCs, because I know there's also a strong focus by the government on them. We've talked to AIMS, the African Institute for Mathematical Science. We've talked to Carnegie Mellon. But at the same time, as I said, we also have German companies approaching us and Rwandan startups, seeing what is going on in the other country and in their market. So we had a German company actually approaching us, and they were not sure if they should go to Kenya or Rwanda. So we successfully convinced them and said, look, why don't you come and try it in Rwanda? Everybody knows that the business environment is very positive and optimistic for companies coming in. But other partners, as I said, like we are very open. We just recently actually we called it a cultural entrepreneurship night, where we collaborated with an NGO, where we said artists are often struggling actually, especially in Corona times, and they're often not seen as entrepreneurs. But actually they are cultural entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Yeah.
And struggling these days.
For sure,
heavily
yeah.
struggling.
Mm-hmm.
So if the project is over or in a later stage, and you would say we were successful if we reached what?
It's a good question. I really hope that we will achieve the goals that we had set at the very beginning, and that was mainly to bring several startups from Germany to Rwanda and several startups from Rwanda to Germany. For the incubator especially, our goal is kind of twofold. As I said, we have the focus on entrepreneurship. We want to help young Rwandans who have a business idea and don't know what to do next, or actually even coming up with an idea. And at the same time, we know Rwanda is such a young country. Many young Rwandans are struggling to do the next step from science into business and into a real job. So that's what we are really hoping to do with the incubator, to support them in doing this step, because as I said, we will also do classes in applying and recruiting, how to do an interview, and your CV can look amazing, but then it comes to the interview where you have to present yourself. And I think the last point, we have our project ends or it's intended to end in May 2024.
Okay, so you have some time.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, like I have work experience in Africa, and what I've always seen and I've been struggling with is the mindset when it comes to German companies, but also let's call them Europeans when it comes to the African continent. It's very narrow-minded, it's very stereotypical. And just looking at the space here, looking at the startups we've met so far, there's so much talent on the continent, and I really want to change it and move away from this stereotype that has been there so many years and of Africa. And for me, what I've seen personally is how important community is here, this sense of community. And we've seen that also when they approach us with business ideas, the community factor is always there, and this is what I actually appreciate a lot. This is what I don't really see a lot in the startup scene in Berlin or Munich in Germany when it comes to the sense of community. So yeah.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful words, especially at the end. The importance of community. This was Katharina Hartwig from the Stafrika project, University of Koblenz and University of Rwanda. We will need a few more minutes for the jury to come to results. Those who are interested, please stay on streaming. Give us a few minutes and we will have some more videos for you to be interested and become interested in Germany or German institutions. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Katharina.
Danke auch.
Many young people from all over the world choose to study in Germany. 12% of all students come from abroad. So let's take a look at the German higher education system. In Germany, it's possible to study just about anything. There are over 18,000 different courses, including more than 1,800 international programs, most of which are conducted in English. With such a large range on offer, everybody finds their chosen subject. Also, when it comes to choosing a university or college, you have many options. There are around 400 state-accredited higher education institutions at around 180 different locations. Universities are strongly research-oriented and offer the widest range of subjects. They teach both theoretical knowledge and methodological expertise. Universities of applied sciences concentrate on the application of scientific knowledge and primarily teach professional practice. The range of subjects is focused on areas such as technology, business, social affairs, and media. Colleges of art and music train budding artists, musicians, directors, actors, and designers. Special artistic talent must be displayed in an entrance examination for these courses. A small number of courses are also offered at other specialized institutes. In Germany, there are public and private higher education institutions. More than 90% of students are enrolled in state-run universities and colleges. With such a vast choice, you're bound to find the course that's right for you. Let's talk about the various degree options. You can do a bachelor's degree, a master's, or gain a doctorate. In certain subjects, there are also other degrees, such as the Staatsexamen. However you decide, a degree from a German higher education institution will increase your chances for the future. The cost of living in Germany is moderate compared with other countries around the world, and there are no tuition fees at most higher education institutions. In Germany, you receive first-class education with degrees that are recognized worldwide, and you are also offered excellent support. Ideal conditions for studying a course that furthers your career, whether in your home country or in Germany. So, what are you waiting for? Discover your international side. Study in Germany.
Ich habe Glück mit meinen Freunden, weil sie sind echt tolle Menschen, haben auch unsere eigenen Traditionen entwickelt. Jedes Jahr backen wir zusammen Weihnachtskekse und wir reisen zusammen gerne. Ich heiße Karina, ich komme aus Usbekistan, aus der Hauptstadt Taschkent, studiere Jura an der Universität Köln.
Ich habe Freunde hier in Deutschland. Die meisten habe ich beim Studium kennengelernt. Ich heiße Alejandro, ich komme aus Kolumbien, ich studiere hier Ökonomie.
Ich habe zwei sehr gute Freunde in Deutschland, kommen aus Bonn und andere kommen aus Moskau, aus Russland. Meine erste Vermieterin hat mir sehr gut geholfen, nicht nur als eine Vermieterin, aber sie hat eine große Rolle als eine Mutter gespielt. Und dann ich habe schnell in Deutschland integriert und Deutsch gelernt. Ich heiße Roland, ich komme aus Kamerun, auf Bamenda. Ich bin fast 3 Jahre in Deutschland und ich studiere ein Masterstudium in der Uni Köln.
Ich weiß, mein Deutsch ist nicht perfekt, aber das ist kein Problem. Ich finde, dass das Problem ist, dass die meisten Leute, sie haben diese Angst, Fehler in Deutsch zu machen. Und das geht nicht. Man braucht nur die richtige Attitude. Für die Deutschen sagen, bleib mal locker.
Erstmal ist sehr viele Farbe, Lichter und die Atmosphäre ist auch Christmas. Für mich, wenn ich gehe zwischen diese Weihnachtsmärkte, ich habe dieses Familiengefühl.
Ich mag das sehr, weil man diese Atmosphäre, wie Roland gesagt hat, familiäre Atmosphäre, sehr gemütlich und mit verschiedenen Getränken und Essen und Glühwein konnte man auch probieren. Für jede Jahreszeit hat man irgendein Fest, dass das Volk auch jede Jahreszeit auch irgendwas erlebt. Das finde ich schön, dass es halt immer irgendwas gibt. Ja, wir sind sehr unterschiedlich. Ich finde auch toll, dass wir die Wege finden, miteinander auch umzugehen, obwohl wir so unterschiedlich sind.
Hello, I am Bilal Khalil, 26 years old. I came from Tunisia. I am in electromechanical engineering, holding a Master of Science in Robotics. I graduated from the National Engineering School of Sfax. Here I am doing my PhD in electrical engineering at the TU Chemnitz within Measurement and Sensor Technology Laboratory. My research field is about wireless power transmission via inductive link. This technique finds a widespread use in industrial, medical, and home application. I would like to enlarge my knowledge in this field to get my PhD diploma, be a professor, and for sure to have my own laboratory in Tunisia, specialized in wireless charging. Germany is one of the best countries in the world. It's very beautiful and clean. It's well developed and advanced in all domains, for example in educational, industrial, medical and cultural domains. It encourages students to achieve their goal.
Germans are really well organized and very punctual. This is something that you can really learn. I discovered here that all research topics are really related to industrial problems, and this makes our research really useful in Germany and really motivate people. I really motivate students to come here.
Chemnitz is also beautiful. It's a quiet, small and clean city. Their residents are very friendly. Student life here is very cheap. I mean in terms of clubs, accommodation, cafe and so on. In winter, the weather is very cold. It can reach minus 15 degrees. This is too much comparing to Tunisia. But in summer, weather becomes good and you can enjoy a lot of activities. I live in a student dorm near to my laboratory. I spend my leisure time playing sport at the campus, such as volleyball, basketball and football. And also I meet with new international friends coming from other countries and also coming from Germany. Also, I enjoy going to Schloss, especially to make a funny trip with boat or make barbecue with my friends. Research in Tunisia has some difficulties because of financial support. However, in Germany you will find a lot of facilities, and this can help you to develop your ideas and your studies and to increase your chance to get a job. بالنسبة لي أنا تجربتي الخاصة تعديت تحفونا برشا وإذا حتى كي مش ترجعوا لتونس مش ترجعوا معناتها نيفو متاع إديوكاسيون ياسر عالي، لذا ننصحكم باش تجيو لألمانيا وتقراو هوني.
Hallo, ich bin Anna aus Brasilien. Für mich war klar, dass ich in Deutschland studieren will. Als Land der noch jungen Europäischen Union bietet es für mich ein interessantes Umfeld. Ich habe ja zuvor mein Studium in Brasilien schon mit einem Bachelor abgeschlossen. Aber ich will noch mehr lernen und einen Masterabschluss machen. Deutsch ist eine lustige Sprache mit all diesen Ö, Ä und Us. Das fand ich bereits im Sprachkurs am Goethe-Institut. Vor mir studierten schon 2 meiner Bekannten in Deutschland und sie sind auch begeistert. Als ich mir das erste Mal Gedanken gemacht habe, bin ich einfach ins Internet gegangen und habe nach Studieren in Deutschland gesucht. Gelandet bin ich bei studyin.de. Dort gibt es eine Menge Informationen, wirklich extrem viel. Beim, wie sagen Sie hier, Stöbern, bin ich darauf gekommen, dass der DAAD Information Center hat, wo man sich direkt in seinem Heimatland über das Studieren in Deutschland informieren kann, auch bei uns in Brasilien und überall auf der Welt. Zuerst war ich auf einer Bildungsmesse in Brasilien und habe mich beraten lassen. Dort habe ich mir auch Unterlagen zum Studieren in Deutschland mitgenommen. Dann habe ich im IC angerufen. Die Leute waren wirklich nett und es hat mir bei der Orientierung geholfen. Man kann da aber auch direkt hingehen, wenn man die Möglichkeit dazu hat. Mit den Informationen aus dem Gespräch suchte ich nach einer passenden Hochschule und einem passenden Studiengang. Deutschland ist groß, aber nicht so groß wie Brasilien. Aber es gibt eine Menge Hochschulen und Universitäten und noch viel mehr Studiengänge. Gut ist die Suche auf studyin.de. Mit der Datenbank auf der Website kann man einfach den richtigen Studiengang für sich finden. Auch die unterschiedlichen Hochschultypen kann man hier auswählen. Musik- und Kunsthochschulen gibt es einige. Hochschulen und Universitäten haben bei ihren Studiengängen unterschiedliche Schwerpunkte in der Vermittlung. Das sollte man sich genau ansehen. Letztendlich habe ich mit Hilfe der Datenbank den Studiengang International Development Studies in Marburg gefunden. Nun bin ich hier und es macht eine Menge Spaß, mit all den Leuten zu studieren.
My name is Anton. I came from a small village near Krasnodar. It's on the south of Russia. And here in Berlin, I'm attending a master course in international management. Well, I'm an ordinary student and every day I go to the university to attend studies there. After the school I also go to German classes to get some insights in German language, which is pretty important for me to integrate in German society and better understand the culture. Berlin is a perfect place for young people. You have lots of stuff to do here. For example, we have lots of lakes here, we have a lot of parks in Berlin, lots of places to go and spend time. I pretty much enjoy just walking down the street from Alexanderplatz to Brandenburger Tor. Usually there are lots of interesting events at Brandenburger Tor, so you can see lots of stuff and you can participate in the events as well. And maybe after that you can take a short walk in Tiergarten, which is one of the biggest parks here in Berlin. I live in just an ordinary place where lots of students live. The area is full of nice old buildings with old style of architecture here, and in contrast with my neighborhood, for example, there is a Potsdamer Platz, which is a very modern place with lots of skyscrapers. I usually go there to the cinema. People here, I think, are way more open-minded, and they expect you to be open-minded as well. Other noteworthy difference is a public transportation, which works like a work clock here. It's very precise and it's very convenient. First of all, German education is considered to be one of the best in the world. It literally opens doors to the world for you. It helps you to integrate to the world community and understand international processes way better than if you graduate a local university in your country. Ich kann natürlich Deutsch sprechen, aber nur ein bisschen. Ich finde, dass es sehr wichtig für meine Karriere und meine Zukunft ist. Und ich empfehle, in Deutschland zu studieren, besonders in Berlin.
Jeden Tag fahre ich von zu Hause zur Uni mit meinem Fahrrad und das ist ganz schnell, umweltfreundlich und spannend auch vor allem. Ich heiße Harish, ich bin aus Indien und lebe hier in München und studiere mathematische Physik.
Ich studiere, weil ich das Gefühl habe, dass man mit Forschung vieles bewirklichen kann und auch dazu beitragen kann, vielleicht die Welt etwas zu verbessern. Mein Name ist Rania Saleh. Ich studiere in Deutschland, in der Stadt Göttingen, mache den Master Mikrobiologie und Biochemie und ich bin hier seit 2 Jahren. 2 Jahren habe ich gesagt, oder?
I'm Michael Veal from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I study Theater Studies at the Free University of Berlin. Berlin ist eigentlich eine der besten Städte in der Welt für Theater. Die Theaterszene hier ist unglaublich.
Die Qualität der Bildung, die man hier bekommt, ist wahnsinnig gut.
Also das Bachelorstudium Biologie, das ist auf Deutsch, aber das Masterstudium ist auf Englisch, damit das halt international sein kann, damit alle möglichen Studierenden von allen möglichen Ländern herkommen können. Und da das Niveau hier in Deutschland sehr hoch ist, bei der Forschung, war es mein Wunschziel, in Deutschland zu studieren.
Ich finde Berlin besonders wirklich international ist. Ich habe so früher gesagt, die Deutschen sind wie ein Brötchen. Also draußen sind sie ein bisschen hart, aber wenn man so reinkommt ins Zentrum, sie sind wirklich weich und lecker und tolle Mitmenschen. Also
es gibt schon Stereotypes, dass die Deutschen also nicht so ganz offen sind und so weiter. Aber das ist Schmarrn, meiner Meinung nach.
Hier kann man sich frei bewegen, man hat sein Fahrrad, man kann irgendwo hin, wann auch immer man will. Und deshalb ist alles so unkompliziert.
Man kann ganz locker durch die Stadt gehen und sich gemütlich und in Ruhe fühlen. Und das war was ich nicht früher kannte. Hola, mi nombre es Jonathan y yo estudio Nanotecnología en Würzburg, Alemania. Ich denke, dass Deutschland ziemlich sicher ist und das ist ein sehr gutes Gefühl.
Das beste Tipp, wenn man im Ausland wohnt, ist, dass man in eine WG einzieht, weil da lernt man ganz schnell ganz viele Leute kennen.
Ein Männer-WG. Und ja, das ist eigentlich ganz cool.
Ich bin Emily, ich komme aus England und ich studiere seit einem Jahr Musikwissenschaft in Berlin. Ich habe mich hier in Berlin beworben, weil die Universitäten in Deutschland eine ganz hohe Qualität haben.
Ich weiß nicht, das ist wie Cambridge für Law oder Juristen.
Wir sind in Uni-Bibliothek Weimar und das ist eigentlich mein Lieblingsort in Deutschland, weil hier so leise ist.
Меня зовут Алла, я из Москвы, я учусь здесь в Баухаус-университете медиа-архитектуры.
Ich könnte es ganz gut vorstellen, dass ich in der Zukunft mal in Deutschland arbeiten würde. Das würde mir sehr gefallen. Ja, ich wollte diese Gelegenheit in Deutschland zu wohnen wirklich ausnutzen, ja, zum Reisen.
ich war so in Nürnberg, Hamburg.
München ist vielleicht eine der besten Städte in der Welt.
München, Dresden, Chemnitz.
Wo man so einfach Ausflüge machen kann.
Ich muss nach Baden-Württemberg gehen.
Man muss einfach im Zug einsteigen.
Ich verstehe jetzt, wie es ist, ein Ausländer zu sein, was ganz viele Leute überhaupt nicht verstehen und was, so wenn alle Leute sowas erleben würden, würde unsere Welt irgendwie besser sein, glaube ich.
Es gibt viel mehr gemeinsame Sachen, es gibt viel mehr Sachen, die uns verknüpfen, als die Abstand machen.
Ich wollte unbedingt die Welt ein bisschen erleben und ja, Deutschland war gar nicht zu weit dafür.
Und ja, wenn ich wieder in England bin, werde ich dann ein bisschen eine andere Emily sein, als was ich vorher war.
Many young people from all over the world choose to study in Germany. 12% of all students come from abroad. So let's take a look at the German higher education system. In Germany, it's possible to study just about anything. There are over 18,000 different courses, including more than 1,800 international programs, most of which are conducted in English. With such a large range on offer, everybody finds their chosen subject. Also, when it comes to choosing a university or college, you have many options. There are around 400 state-accredited higher education institutions at around 180 different locations. Universities are strongly research-oriented and offer the widest range of subjects. They teach both theoretical knowledge and methodological expertise. Universities of applied sciences concentrate on the application of scientific knowledge and primarily teach professional practice. The range of subjects is focused on areas such as technology, business, social affairs and media. Colleges of art and music train budding artists, musicians, directors, actors and designers. Special artistic talent must be displayed in an entrance examination for these courses. A small number of courses are also offered at other specialized institutes. In Germany, there are public and private higher education institutions. More than 90% of students are enrolled in state-run universities and colleges. With such a vast choice, you're bound to find the course that's right for you. Let's talk about the various degree options. You can do a bachelor's degree, a master's, or gain a doctorate. In certain subjects, there are also other degrees, such as the Staatsexamen. However you decide, a degree from a German higher education institution will increase your chances for the future. The cost of living in Germany is moderate compared with other countries around the world, and there are no tuition fees at most higher education institutions. In Germany, you receive first-class education with degrees that are recognized worldwide, and you are also offered excellent support. Ideal conditions for studying a course that furthers your career, whether in your home country or in Germany. So, what are you waiting for? Discover your international side. Study in Germany.
Ich habe Glück mit meinen Freunden, weil sie sind echt tolle Menschen, haben auch unsere eigenen Traditionen entwickelt. Jedes Jahr backen wir zusammen Weihnachtskekse und wir reisen zusammen gerne. Ich heiße Karina, ich komme aus Usbekistan, aus der Hauptstadt Taschkent, studiere Jura an der Universität Köln.
Ich habe Freunde hier in Deutschland. Die meisten habe ich beim Studium kennengelernt. Ich heiße Alejandro, ich komme aus Kolumbien, ich studiere hier Ökonomie.
Ich habe zwei sehr gute Freunde in Deutschland, kommen aus Bonn und andere kommen aus Moskau, aus Russland. Meine erste Vermieterin hat mir sehr gut geholfen, nicht nur als eine Vermieterin, aber sie hat eine große Rolle als eine Mutter gespielt. Und dann ich habe schnell in Deutschland integriert und Deutsch gelernt. Ich heiße Roland, ich komme aus Kamerun, auf Bamenda. Ich bin fast 3 Jahre in Deutschland und ich studiere ein Masterstudium in der Uni Köln.
Ich weiß, mein Deutsch ist nicht perfekt, aber das ist kein Problem. Ich finde, dass das Problem ist, dass die meisten Leute, sie haben diese Angst, Fehler in Deutsch zu machen. Und das geht nicht. Man braucht nur die richtige Attitude. Für die Deutschen sagen, bleib mal locker.
Erstmal ist sehr viele Farbe, Lichter und die Atmosphäre ist auch Christmas. Für mich, wenn ich gehe zwischen diese Weihnachtsmärkte, Ich habe dieses Familiengefühl.
Ich mag das sehr, weil man diese Atmosphäre, wie Roland gesagt hat, familiäre Atmosphäre, sehr gemütlich und mit verschiedenen Getränken und Essen. Glühwein konnte man auch probieren. Für jede Jahreszeit hat man irgendein Fest, dass das Volk auch jede Jahreszeit auch irgendwas erlebt. Das finde ich schön, dass es halt immer irgendwas gibt. Ja, wir sind sehr unterschiedlich. Ich finde auch toll, dass wir die Wege finden, miteinander auch umzugehen, obwohl wir so unterschiedlich sind.
In robotics. I graduated from the National Engineering School of Sfax. Here I am doing my PhD in electrical engineering at the TU Chemnitz within Measurement and Sensor Technology Laboratory. My research field is about wireless power transmission via inductive link. This technique finds a widespread use in industrial, medical and home application. I would like to enlarge my knowledge in this field to get my PhD diploma, be a professor and for sure to have my own laboratory in Tunisia, specialized in wireless charging. Germany is one of the best countries in the world. It's very beautiful and clean. It's well developed and advanced in all domains, for example in educational, industrial, medical and cultural domains. It encourages students to achieve their goal.
Germans are really well organized and very punctual. This is something that you can really learn. I discover here that all research topics are really related to industrial problems, and makes our research really useful in Germany and really motivate people. I really motivate students to come here.
Chemnitz is also beautiful. It's a quite small and clean city. Their residents are very friendly. Student life here is very cheap. I mean in terms of clubs, accommodation, cafe and so on. In winter, the weather is very cold. It can reach minus 15 degrees. This is too much comparing to Tunisia. But in summer, weather becomes good and you can enjoy a lot of activities. I live in a student dorm near to my laboratory. I spend my leisure time playing sport at the campus, such as volleyball, basketball and football. And also I meet with new international friends coming from other countries and also coming from Germany. Also, I enjoy going to Schloss, especially to make a funny trip with boat or make barbecue with my friends. Research in Tunisia has some difficulties because of financial support. However, in Germany you will find a lot of facilities, and this can help you to develop your ideas and your studies and to increase your chance to get a job. بالنسبة لي أنا تجربتي الخاصة تعديت تحفونة برشا وإذا حتى كي مش ترجعوا لتونس مش ترجعوا معناتها نيفو متاع إديوكاسيون ياسر عالي، لذا ننصحكم باش تجيو لألمانيا وتقراو هوني.
Hallo, ich bin Anna aus Brasilien. Für mich war klar, dass ich in Deutschland studieren will. Als Land der noch jungen Europäischen Union bietet es für mich ein interessantes Umfeld. Ich habe ja zuvor mein Studium in Brasilien schon mit einem Bachelor abgeschlossen. Aber ich will noch mehr lernen und einen Masterabschluss machen. Deutsch ist eine lustige Sprache mit all diesen Ö, Ä und Us. Das fand ich bereits im Sprachkurs am Goethe-Institut. Vor mir studierten schon 2 meiner Bekannten in Deutschland und sie sind auch begeistert. Als ich mir das erste Mal Gedanken gemacht habe, bin ich einfach ins Internet gegangen und habe nach Studieren in Deutschland gesucht. Gelandet bin ich bei studyin.de. Dort gibt es eine Menge Informationen, wirklich extrem viel. Beim, wie sagen Sie hier, Stobern, bin ich darauf gekommen, dass der DAAD Information Center hat, wo man sich direkt in seinem Heimatland über das Studieren in Deutschland informieren kann, auch bei uns in Brasilien und überall auf der Welt. Zuerst war ich auf einer Bildungsmesse in Brasilien und habe mich beraten lassen. Dort habe ich mir auch Unterlagen zum Studieren in Deutschland mitgenommen. Dann habe ich im IC angerufen. Die Leute waren wirklich nett und es hat mir bei der Orientierung geholfen. Man kann da aber auch direkt hingehen, wenn man die Möglichkeit dazu hat. Mit den Informationen aus dem Gespräch suchte ich nach einer passenden Hochschule und einem passenden Studiengang. Deutschland ist groß, aber nicht so groß wie Brasilien. Aber es gibt eine Menge Hochschulen und Universitäten und noch viel mehr Studiengänge. Gut ist die Suche auf studyin.de. Mit der Datenbank auf der Website kann man einfach den richtigen Studiengang für sich finden. Auch die unterschiedlichen Hochschultypen kann man hier auswählen. Musik- und Kunsthochschulen gibt es einige. Hochschulen und Universitäten haben bei ihren Studiengängen unterschiedliche Schwerpunkte in der Vermittlung. Das sollte man sich genau ansehen. Letztendlich habe ich mit Hilfe der Datenbank den Studiengang International Development Studies in Marburg gefunden. Nun bin ich hier und es macht eine Menge Spaß, mit all den Leuten zu studieren.
My name is Anton. I came from a small village near Krasnodar. It's on the south of Russia. And here in Berlin, I'm attending a master course in international management. Well, I'm an ordinary student and every day I go to the university to attend studies there. After the school I also go to German classes to get some insights in German language, which is pretty important for me to integrate in German.
So, dear audience, those who are participants, those who listen from outside on the YouTube channel, thanks for your patience. There is a rule in life: what can go wrong goes wrong, and basically everything, most of the things went wrong. Do I have obviously the members left here, those who participated? Sorry to let you wait so long. And unfortunately we still have no result because our spreadsheets that were thought to calculate automatically didn't do what they were supposed to do. So we came up with a not very satisfying but still I think understandable solution. We will communicate the winner of today's competition on social media. You're all following us, you're following the German Embassy, you're following me on my Facebook page, you're following the Goethe Institute, whichever institution you follow. As soon as we have the result, and as soon as our computers did the calculation, we will publish the results. So I understand that you're impatient and understand that you're waiting for it. But we cannot give it to you. We want to do it correctly and neatly. What all of you will do, all of you will receive a certificate of participation. The three winners, the first three, also get a certificate of your result. And we will have a winner, and still the winner will go to Berlin and get a plane ticket. But we don't have it today, so thanks for all of you. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your contributions. Thanks for those who are from outside for their patience. We will end with that, with these words, with these not very satisfying words, but still hope for your understanding. Thanks for all. Thanks for your participation, and keep following us on the social media to get the results. Thanks for all. I would like to thank all to the teams, the technical teams from Ganza Films. I would like to. They are not listening, but I'm thanking them. I'm thanking Ganza Films. I'm thanking Roy. I'm thanking from the embassy, Andrea, Gabriele, and Marie Claire. I'm thanking my student. The Digital Transformation Center. Thanks, Michael Musoni, for allowing us to be here. Thanks for all, and have a good day.
Sorry.
Ja,
Relax.
das war ein guter Schluss.